Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Institute for Philosophy and Social Theory of University of Belgrade. I'm really pleased to have you all here today to the regional workshop called Active Citizenship Democracy in the Western Balkans. We have here people from the Western Balkans, and I'm really grateful that you accepted our invitation to join us today. As you are aware, this workshop is co-organized by Friedrich Ebert Stiftung, to whom I sincerely thank for all the support in organizing this workshop, but also in all other events which we had these and past years. And without further ado, I would give a floor to Ursula Koch Laugwitz, director of the Belgrade office of Friedrich Ebert.
Shall I take it? Okay, then thank you very much, Gardella, ladies, gentlemen, or maybe colleagues, dear colleagues as well. Some very few introductory remarks on behalf of FAS Belgrade, and my colleague Tanja from FAS in Banja Luka will join me afterwards, and we are very happy that she could make it on very short notice. Why? Because her office has hosted a meaningful event last year in December, and today and tomorrow in Belgrade, let's call it just the second step, and maybe some others might follow, because the topic, this active citizenship and democracy, is one we have to care, I guess, a lot in coming months and years. But first and foremost, let me express my gratitude to the Institute for Philosophy and Social Theory, all colleagues, Petar, and if I may, to the godmother of this event and the recent one, to Gazela Petar, and of course all panelists and speakers as well. The second remark about the topic, active citizenship and democracy. Of course, today it's the Western Balkans, but unfortunately the same topic applies to my home region, unfortunately as well, the West, or Western Europe. And the topic didn't just, or doesn't just raise intellectual headaches, but talking about myself, stomach aches as well. When it comes to democracy, or the various aspects of the crisis of democracy. It will be 15 years next month since the European Union members' clear declaration about the so-called future of the Balkans is within the European Union. But after the last summit last week in Sofia, it seems, unfortunately, to be evident that integration is farther away than ever. Two main reasons. Maybe significant progress towards accession requires more time than mentioned in February by the European Commission, and honest engagement by both sides, the European Union and the 6 countries of the region. And of course, the European Union is actually, unfortunately, more interested in own affairs and keeping stability, whatever this means, and preventing external influences, may these come from China, from Russia, or the countries in the Near East. The second argument is, instead of the region, Serbia, all other countries catching up with the European Union in terms of democracy and economic and social convergence, we see either stagnation over the past decade or even bogging down. And people in the Western Balkans and European Union got concerns when it comes to the rule of law, to corruption, and what many scholars already called state capture. All these arguments you will find in the invitation as well. Therefore, a lot has to be done, and as I've mentioned in the beginning, together with the help of scholars, civil society, there is still a chance to keep democracy alive and the European perspective of the region. And we are grateful that you are all committed to these overall objectives. Thanks for coming and thanks for having us here.
Thank you for supporting us once more. And now I give the floor to Petar Bojanic, director of our institute.
Thank you, Gazela. Good morning. On behalf of the Institute for Philosophy and Social Theory, University of Belgrade, I wish to welcome you all and thank you for agreeing to spend 2 days discussing the topic of active citizenship and democracy in the Western Balkans. Before we begin, I must thank again Madam Ursula Koch Laugwitz, who is in Belgrade relatively briefly, yet has not only maintained the cooperation the Institute along significantly enriched this relationship. At the beginning of October, we will have another big conference in Podgorica, about which some of you know. It seems to me that her vision and her decisions regarding what is urgently necessary in these areas, I said region, Western Balkans, Southeast Europe, could indeed be the best possible orientation for our common life. Please indulge me for a moment in recalling and certainly confirming in one way or another that I share with Ursula this orientation, how 6 years ago Vedran, Sanja, Dejan, Gazela, who are here today, along with Filip Milacic, who is a fellow, and Ivan Cerovac, who has already been with us, and others, put together the Center for Advanced Studies Southeast Europe, University of Rijeka. Our intention at the time was to revive academic cooperation among the countries broken up by wars. If I may say, therefore, that all of us here, teachers, or researchers, academics at institutes and universities, institutions, still do not cooperate enough. What does it mean to cooperate? What is academic cooperation? To come closer to one another, to mingle, to endure together over time, to write texts together, to teach and deliver lectures at the university not our own, to jointly write and win projects, regional and European, to produce joint conferences, to travel together, etc. Various foreign foundations, above all Ebert and Erste, along with numerous foreign academics, have supported and still support the rehabilitation of this cooperation. My claim is first and foremost that such joint or common work, such as these 2 days, could bring about change. Conflicts, wars, confrontations, stupidity, passive citizens and pseudo-citizens. Husserl, 100 years before, calls them the Scheinbürger. Corrupt and cruel politicians all have been created by our very own institutions, not least this institute of ours. When we recently inaugurated an award by this institute bearing the name Miladin Životić, our intention was not only to reconstruct an institutional capacity of this group agent, that is this institute. The inaugural award will be given next month in Rijeka to Judith Butler and next year here in Belgrade to Axel Honet, but also by opening up cooperation with other institutions to try to organize and engage jointly, as well as poke citizens into action and orient politicians. The university, or universitas, is synonymous with the community and by extension with everything under the name active democracy. Thank you very much.